Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 28th May 2024. In this video, let us evaluate the performance of high liquidity zones, and also this is also going to be a Q&A-14 video. I'm mixing with this high liquidity zone analysis. You might be wondering, today morning session I already released a Q&A-13. What is the necessity to release again Q&A-14? Because there is an important question everybody should get answers. Apart from that, I am also facing an issue because many new members joined here, so you are not understanding one important point. So let me address once again in this Q&A. And apart from that, we will also discuss about Nifty and Bank Nifty opportunities given today, because yesterday I clearly indicated Nifty and Bank Nifty, the trend, a 15 minutes trend is changed to downtrend. So that's why both Nifty and Bank Nifty, they have given you very good dynamic bullish and bearish trade setup opportunities they have given in the live market. Let us discuss how much returns you would have got. And apart from that, a small announcement please. If this is your first visit to our channel, please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training lessons are available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. You just click on the community tab at our channel, you get access to this post. This post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training lessons. You just click on this link. I'm clicking on the link. Now we are into the playlist supply demand zone price action course. In this playlist you have all the training videos are available. You just need to scroll down to the bottom of this page. Here, starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are available in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen your skills. And apart from this, I have also provided the link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. Please join in the channel. It will be helpful to you. Each time when we release the new YouTube video, we will provide an update in the channel. Apart from that, any other important updates also I am providing in the Telegram channel. Some of the existing subscribers also, you are yet to join in the Telegram channel, otherwise you will be missing a very good number of important updates. Okay, now let's get into the analysis part. First we will start with the Q&A session. After that we will discuss about Nifty Bank Nifty short opportunities they have given today, and finally we will discuss about HLQ analysis. Let us follow this order in today's analysis discussion. Now let's start with Q&A 14. This is an important question asked by Vinay. I have a small hiccup in getting familiar with software dashboard terms and the decision making table. Decision making table is the lesson you learned in lesson 13 and 14. Especially lesson 14, I have given you the table. So the bearish decision making table, he has given the details, HTF direction, ITF direction. Okay, all these things we already discussed in the decision making table. So if HTF is up, ITF is down, this is ambiguity. Yes, you cannot, at the time you have to reject that stock. There is no doubt in that. The software dashboard will take granules as example. HTF direction, so and so for this particular granules, ITF direction, HTF, ITF, whatever he observed, those details he mentioned here. My question is for granules, is this case of ambiguity? I evaluate this is a no trade for short, since HTF and ITF are not in favor. The HTF is ITF trend, the HTF and ITF trend in the decision making table, and the HTF, ITF and LTF trend, the zone violation trend column in software dashboard, are one and same, are correct. See, basically let me explain his question in a simple way. So this is about lesson 21.1, because many times I am telling you refer lesson 21.1 for understanding all the columns in the report, because any report, whether it is a bullish trade setup or bearish trade setup or stocks near demand and supply zones or HLQ zones, any zones, the report structure is common. So you need to understand what are all the columns in that report. That's why every time I am suggesting you refer this session. So maybe based on the suggestion he went into this video, but he got confusion due to some reasons. So that I will explain anyway. Anyway, he also understood after providing my explanation. Here my question is not about the answers related to the question he asked. Continuation to this, the WIT, MIT, what exactly he need to do? That I want to address to all you people. That's why I made it as a separate Q&A session. The second reason is the issue I am facing. Not from him, not because of him, because of all the recently joined newly members. Because you haven't gone through earlier Q&A sessions. If you would have gone through earlier Q&A sessions, probably you might be asking your questions in a proper way. I have seen many members in the recent time, especially newly joined members or newly learning concepts. You are not understanding the value of my time. This is the point I want you people to understand. First of all, I am not finding time to deliver the reports to you on time. Even today I am recording this video very late because I am addressing many of your questions today. Not only his questions, many of the other questions, but I made only this question in the Q&A session because the other questions are not important in the Q&A. They are individual specific. Or some of the questions I already addressed in the earlier Q&A videos. So for all the recently joined members, you have to go through all the earlier Q&A videos. All the questions probably you are going to ask, I addressed in those old Q&A videos. So please go through old Q&A videos. How you are learning your training videos? Exactly the same way. Please go through each and every Q&A video. You just schedule them. Maybe every day one Q&A video or every 2 days once one Q&A video. That way you complete all the Q&A videos. Many of the questions you get answers. That is important point. I want to address one point. The second point, the value of my time. Many of the newly joined members are not understanding the value of my time. Because I am addressing patiently all our questions, you are thinking that, okay, whatever the question you can ask just like that. No, you cannot ask just like that. You should also understand how you can save my time when you are asking the question. That point you have to keep in your mind. I repeat again, you please keep that point in your mind. How you can save my time when you are asking the question. If you made your question a generic, you are watching a video. In that video, you got it out. Just like that, you have provided answer. Okay, this is the way. This is the point I didn't understand properly. Please give me clarification. So and so you are telling. But the video's length is 1 hour. Let us assume. So to answer our question, do I need to go through the entire 1 hour video again? Because I have recorded that video maybe some 2 months back, 3 months back or 4 months back. How do I remember the question you are asking in that video? At what timestamp it is available? You need to specify the timestamp in that video. See, that's why in his question, I clearly ask, see here, please mention the timestamp in the video to understand the type of the report and also check the parameters of the mentioned stock granules. Maybe that is a 1 hour video or 1.5 hour video. How can I go through this entire video? How do I know where your question is there? Previously also several times I have been asking the members for the last 2 weeks, many newly joined members are asking questions. I am asking them, please tell me the timestamp, please tell me the timestamp. Some people are not even reading my response. They are asking the question, they are not reading the response. Particularly I observed about a few people. When they are just asking the questions, not maybe, see, there are different kinds of people. There are people who ask their questions genuinely. Forget about whether you are bothering about to save my time or not. But your questions are genuine. Maybe you don't know process properly, just like that you are asking. That is okay, acceptable. But some people, deliberately they are asking questions. There are 2 reasons. Reason number 1, they want to give show off. Reason number 2, they want to bring my attention. Reason number 3 is also there. That is quite dangerous. Their intention is to trouble me or to disturb me, to test up the activities I am doing in this video. They come to the channel with different objectives and goals. They join. I never tolerate those third category of the guys. I never tolerate. I know how to handle them. But first, some people, they want to show off. Why? Because they are childish. Sometimes they do, and after that either they leave or they understand the real value from my responses. Slowly they will turn, and probably they will become a good members in the coming days. Initially they do some kind of, but later on they realize the value. Once they understand the value, they become good members of our channel. So that's why I will excuse them. I don't really, unless they go to the extreme level, but otherwise many times I just ignore them. And next category, I told you, the second category. They want to bring my attention. But they didn't understand. Because they want to bring my attention, they are not understanding. They are giving me trouble, some trouble. Still I will excuse them. Because their intention is they want to bring my attention. I want them to recognize. That is their intention. Okay, I recognize them. No problem. Patiently I will also answer their questions. One day they will also understand. They will also. Later on they become very big assets to our channel. Because once they realize, they won't do any like bringing, because they understand the reality, and moreover they will become good asset. First, that's why first two categories I don't have any issues. Only issue is when they want to give some show off, or when they want to bring my attention, whatever it is, at least they should understand how they can save my time. And third category, they will try to give trouble to them. I know how to handle them. I don't bother about that. Leave that. And fourth category is also there. Fourth category is genuine doubts they will ask. See, like how this guy asked, it is a genuine question. But the only thing is, he is not aware of some of the rules we set in the earlier in our channel. What is the rule I set? Provide the timestamp when you are providing the one of the Q&A. I clearly answered about this particular. Once again, I am repeating the same thing. Why you need to go through earlier Q&As is you will understand some issues, common issues. That's why everybody should complete all the Q&A videos. One major issue I am facing is time, my time. Otherwise, I have to take a harsh decision. What is the harsh decision? Look here. This is a YouTube video. In the YouTube video, every video below the title, the YouTube, here a YouTube video will be playing. You have a title. Below the video, are you seeing a thanks with a dollar symbol? This is called as, according to the YouTube terminology, this is called as a super thanks. If anybody wants to donate any money, you can click on this super thanks and you can pay some money, and that will be there from 40 rupees to 10,000 rupees value will be there. Different options. Maybe I have to pay, I have to make a paid service to answer your questions. Because I know the value of my time. Because I am addressing all your questions, you are not just understanding what to ask or what not to ask. And also you are not understanding how you can save my time. Maybe if really I want to answer your question, maybe I have to make a paid service. A minimum 1,000 rupees you have to pay. Like that I can set a rule. Or whoever is paying more money, I will give priority to them first. One person paid 1,000, another person paid 2,000, another person paid 5,000. The person who paid more money, I will be giving priority. I will answer his question first. After that, the other people's. When I have time, people whoever is not paid money, and last I will randomly I pick up and I will answer their queries. Do you want me to do like that? To be honest, I don't like that. But at some point of time, if you are not understanding the value of my time, I should make you understand the value of my time. If I am making a paid service, people will understand my value. Paid services, when I am giving you free services, people are not understanding my value. Then what I have to do? You are forcing me to get into paid services, which I don't like at all. But when you force me and you don't leave any options, ultimately I have to choose that service. Then you will understand the reality. Then you will understand the pain. Anybody's pain is a pain. My pain is also pain. Your pain is also pain, right? Why you people are not understanding the other person's pain? If you don't understand the other person's pain, are you not a selfish guy? Don't be selfish, man. We should respect the other people's. You should value the other people's time. Time is the most precious, you know that. Do you get yesterday back? Do you get back the day before yesterday? No. When you don't get back the time, you are not understanding the value of the time. So that's why when you are asking the questions, ask properly, try to help me, try to save my time. Easily I can navigate, I can understand what exactly the question he asked. Probably in next 10 minutes or 5 minutes I should be in a position to complete. Do you know why I am recording this video late? Generally by 4:30 or 5 o'clock I am trying to complete my recording and I am trying to upload. But today I started my recording around 5:15 or 5:30. Because I was answering the questions today. Not only his question, many other questions also I addressed it today. I didn't get time to focus on the other calculations parts, the profits, how much profits we got. I didn't get time. Whatever I fine-tuned the zones, I just left that. Now I have to see what happened to the fine-tuned zones today. I have drawn yesterday. So that's why I decided to make a separate, again immediately one more Q&A session. See why I didn't talk about all these things in today morning session. I just want to avoid these kind of discussions. But same questions, same issues again and again I am facing, definitely my patience levels also will be reached to the threshold level. That is what you have to understand. Don't make me to get into this kind of decisions, which actually I don't like this kind of paid services. But if I am getting into this kind of services, so the reason is not me, the reason is you. You have to understand that. You should not force me to get into this level. When I take such kind of decision, when I feel trouble, then only I take such kind of decisions. Don't get me into such kind of troubles. Try to save my time. I should not spend at least hardly 3 to 5 minutes time to answer your question. But I am spending hours and hours time only for answering your questions. How do I feel? Try to help me. See next, see his response, what he has given. He has provided the timestamp. 11:40. You know what is the advantage of Google? If you specify the hours, minutes, YouTube will provide a URL here, link. If I click here, directly I go to that location in that video. Automatically consider the video location. Some people are, while analyzing the zones, they are providing same way. But actually they are the zone timestamps. But YouTube is taking you to the video timestamps. So try to avoid the columns when you are referring your HLQ analysis or other bullish bearish trade setup reports. Don't use column, use some other maybe hyphen or maybe write in 11 minutes, 40 hours, that way you write. But when you want to refer a YouTube location in the video, use a timestamp. When you specify 11:40, YouTube will assume this is the location or this is the timestamp in the video. That's why in that location it will provide a URL. If I just click here, I get a URL. If I click automatically, it will take me to that location. See how much my time will be saved. If you don't provide, I have to watch the whole video. Assume your timestamp is almost at the end of the video. That means 1 hour video I have to watch to provide you the answer. Is it fair? You just think a while, all you guys. Because today by this time I am exhausted, I am referring now. This is the problem I am facing for all the newly joined members in the recent time. Sometimes old members also repeating this mistake. Let me tell you this point also. It's all because people are thinking like we are over involved. Okay, my question should be answered. How we can save my time, our lecture, our trainer's time, how we can save, that point is not coming into our mind. Why it is not coming into your mind? Always you are thinking about me, thinking about you only. You should, please remember, always you should try to save other people's time. That is most important. Not only think about you every time. Try to think about other people, think about the society. If your mindset is like that, that is a good mindset. Always you are thinking about, if anybody, I'm talking about in general, not talking about anybody. Again, don't conclude any wrong decisions again. Thing that I'm talking about. I'm talking about in general, our society I'm talking, today's society. The whole society, not about our community. Today, the society is like this. Everybody is thinking about ourselves. We are becoming more and more selfish. We are not thinking about the other people. We are not thinking about our society, other members in our society. We are not thinking about other members in our country. When you do like this, you know what happens? People will become more and more selfish. To be honest, I don't want such kind of society. People should be helpful to each other. People should love each other. People should respect each other. We want such kind of society. Because we have a lot of values and ethics in our society, especially in India. All our grandparents, our great fathers, grandfathers, they all brought a lot of great grandfathers, grandmothers, they all brought a lot of values and ethics. It is our responsibility to protect them. You know, the real enjoyment you will get the moment you help the other people. Everybody should experience that. Then only we will be very strong. Observe some of the Western people, some of the communities. I'm not saying all the Western people, but some of the communities in the Western people, their unity is very strong. Maybe towards us they are very selfish. They are maybe we feel they are not up to the standards according to us when you compare. So anyway, I don't want to get into that again. Maybe it's a completely unnecessary thing. I'm sorry. I am deviating. Okay, he provided his questions. Fine. I'm not getting into this. The main thing what you have to do, the reason behind this question is WIT and MIT DIT. Okay, he has the report asked in a wrong report. That is a different thing. But the valid questions are when you are using WIT, MIT and DIT, what you have to do? What kind of checks you have to do? That is the finally his intention is that only. I understand that software generated reports, but that must not be blindly traded as buy or sell signals. Okay, his intention was some mistake was there in the software. That's why it has given wrong reports. But I gave the clarification. It's not a mistake. He is reporting a wrong report. Please understand that the video report is not the report is not, it is repeated twice. This video report is not generated from MIT, WIT and DIT trade setup. Whatever the report he referenced me is not a WIT or MIT or DIT trade setup report. This video report is generated based on the stocks near demand and supply zones, not based on MIT, WIT, DIT. In demand, stocks near demand and supply zones, we are not adding any additional filters. What is the additional filter? The bullish trade setup, bearish trade setup I am selecting. When I am generating these MIT, WIT, DIT, such kind of selection is not there in stocks demand and it is just a raw reports. Okay, these zones are, now prices are nearing to these zones. Now you need to check, are there any, in case if you want to use a bullish or bearish trade setup, you need not check first of all. The reason is for them I already preparing a separate reports every day. If I would not have prepared MIT, WIT, DIT, then you should try to look for those setups inside these stocks near demand and supply zones. If stocks near demand and supply zone is supporting any bullish or bearish trade setup, anyway they will be listed in this report also. But why we are generating these reports? These reports are mainly for finding stocks having high liquidity setups, the zones having high liquidity trade setups, especially in daily time frame and 75 minutes time frame. Other time frames also used for our other trade setup related activities, but mainly for daily and 75 minutes. See here the example report for finding daily 75 minutes HLQ zones. These zones doesn't care about decision making table or even odd enhancer score. Please look into the OE score of granules that talks about the whole story. Because in MIT, WIT, DIT reports, we are using minimum odd enhancer score is 12. We are adding that filter every day. But near demand and supply zones, we are not bothering about all these things. Only which zones currently prices are near to them. Any higher time frame zones, we will use other trade setups that I already addressed in today's morning Q&A video. That is Q&A-13 I addressed. If you would not have watched Q&A-13, go through that Q&A-13. A very important trade setup overview I have given in that. The zone confluence trade setup that you will be learning in the advanced sessions, but it will take some time. Maybe it may take 1 month or 2 months to get into that discussions. Or a little before also we may take. Okay, anyway, what is the most important in case when you are looking into these MIT, WIT, DIT reports? This is important for all the people who wants to look into MIT, WIT and DIT reports. Forget about his remaining question part. He asked in a wrong video by thinking about these stocks. But if you really get into MIT, WIT, DIT reports, please understand these points. These reports all support decision making taking rules without any deviation. So you should not doubt those stocks. Even if you feel like 1 or 2 stocks are deviated from your HTF or ITF price direction, sometimes you feel. You may think HTF price direction is moving from demand zone to supply zone, but my report is displayed against to that. How it is possible? You might be thinking sometimes. The reason is software calculates future price directions also. What is future price direction? Once prices reaches to your LTF zone, at the time ITF zone price direction also might be changed. Why it will be changed? Maybe ITF might be having, LTF might be having confluence with ITF. Such kind of different rules will be there. Because of that, the price direction will change. Because price direction is changed, at that time, your lower time frame zone is a valid zone. As per today's price direction, it is invalid, but the time when it reaches to lower time frame, this price direction is valid. I already talked about these points in our training videos. So such kind of intelligence our software is having. Software will be thinking beyond your current level. Because at present you learn these topics. You didn't get complete experience. You didn't become a master in understanding all the scenarios. Few scenarios you understood clearly, few scenarios you might be having ambiguity, few scenarios, advanced scenarios. You need to practice some more to get clarity. So software is thinking beyond all these points. That's why it is a highly intelligent software. Today it is not valid price direction. The moment it reaches to your entry zone, now price direction will change. Now software works exactly the same way how it is supposed to be. But today such kind of information our software is providing you. That's why it is advanced level software. Okay, now what you have to do from these MIT, once MIT, WIT, DIT reports I gave you, what you have to do? Just simply draw the zones, take the trades? No. The work you have to do, after drawing your MIT, WIT, DIT zones, trade setup zones, you are getting entry time frame zones. Just draw the zones. Is the zone valid or still it is invalid? You might get a doubt. For that you need to look into the RR. by the time prices are entering into the zone. What is the actual RR? Sometimes RR will be changing. Today when a report is generated, but tomorrow in the morning, a new supply will be created and then prices entering into your zone. With that new supply zone, till the newly, that means dynamically created supply zone, your RR may not be good enough. At that time, you should not take the trade. So that's why that is the minimum work you have to do. RR you have to do, and you need to check till 5 minutes time frame. You need to check whether there is order flow is there or not. Not taking your entry. Fine tuning the 5 minutes is not for taking the entry. Fine tuning the 5 minutes is to check the zone will be violated or not violated. To confirm that, we have to fine tune. These points I talked in today's morning Q&A video. That is Q&A-13 video. I talked about all these points. With the example I have given. If you did not complete Q&A-13, please go through it. Many of the points related to this only I addressed. But the final point, what you have to do for MIT, WIT and DIT trades, you have to follow all the items specified in lesson 20 checklist. Lesson 20 is about the checklist. For all MIT, WIT, DIT, the checklist in lesson 20 you have to verify. That is the only work you have to do. That's it. Remaining everything our software has taken care while displaying those zones. If the checklist items are not supported, then remove that particular zone from your watch list. Don't keep it in the watch list. If lesson 20 checklist is satisfied, then only you add your MIT, WIT or DIT into your watch list. So the only work you have to do is lesson 20 checklist is satisfied in MIT, WIT, DIT trades or not. That is the only thing you have to do. Remaining everything is taken care by the software. But also you should understand rare situations. There is a concept called boundary conditions. It is a software concept. At the boundary conditions, software will give you some errors. So for that, maybe it would be good if you have time, because many of you are not having time. That's why depending on the softwares. If you have time, check there are no boundary condition related errors or not. What is boundary condition errors? Maybe slightly with 0.1% or 0.2% zone will be missing. Because my legout, software what it will do, it will use certain calculations to calculate the legout. Slightly 0.1% less. What software will do? Don't consider that as a zone. But human, that 0.1% is negligible, human will consider. That way some analysis will change, but it won't happen every time. Some rare situations. Sometimes some zones might be missing from the software because boundary conditions level slightly with narrow difference. The legout would have been rejected, but as a human point of view, that is a valid legout. That way you will have a zone, but software point of view, there is no zone. If any such kind of missing zones narrowly is there, sometimes your analysis will change. For that, if you have time to complete analysis, but otherwise rarely happen such kind of things. That is okay. So this is about our this Q&A. Now let's get into Nifty and Bank Nifty related trade opportunities. Yesterday I told you in both Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis videos. Bank Nifty I published yesterday. Nifty I published yesterday itself. Bank Nifty today morning I have posted the video. In both the videos I clearly mentioned the 15 minutes trend is changed to downtrend. Because 15 minutes trend is changed to downtrend, for intraday point of view, I repeat again, for intraday point of view, bearish trade setup is enabled. That means short trades are enabled. That means today you should plan a short trade. If you would have planned a short trade, it would have given you good trade opportunities. In 5 minutes, if you draw the zones, for example, look here. This is today's price action. And today we have a drop base here. This could be considered as a ERC candle. This is the leg-in is okay. You have 3 base candles, and then you have a leg out candle. This is a 5-minute supply zone. See, first trade opportunity, prices came down and then again moved up. From here it picked up the orders, and see, nearly it gave you 70 points move from here to here. Once again from the same zone area again picked up the orders today at 1320, and again it moved down because there is a strong order flow will be there. Why there is a strong order flow? What is the reason? The reason is because of the Q&A 13 concept you learned in today morning. Today morning in Q&A 13, I gave you overview about the Zone Confluence Strategy. Because one of the persons asked why we need 7 stocks in the week inside the weekly zone. Exactly the same. At the time I explained how people will make use of that. They will be using that. They will be using for WIT strategy and MIT strategy. Similar strategy you can use in DIT, HIT also. Many people don't trade directly in 5-minute zones. If the 5-minute zone is having 15-minute zone confluence, then only they take the trade. These are the different strategies people will do. Their belief is their order flow is much stronger. If you go to 15 minutes time frame, see here. You have a 15 minutes zone here. We have a 15-minute zone. Inside 15-minute zone, this is a rally, 3 base candles and a drop candle. You have a 15-minute zone. Inside this 15-minute zone, again you have. You can also draw again drop, base, drop. This is also valid, but this is LOTL. See this 15-minute zone, this 15-minute zone, almost there with the distance is negligible. That means you can combine both the zones together. But anyway, this is the main origin where it started this entire move. See, once again it picked up the orders. And see, again it gave you another 100 points move from here to here. 100 plus points move it has given. Earlier it has given you 70 points move. Now it has given 100 points move. And this is the strategy we discussed in Q&A 13 video in the today morning session. If anybody listened to Q&A 13 video, definitely you would have taken this second trade also from here today. And you would have captured another 100 points till the closing hours of the near to the closing hours of the market. This is excellent, right? Same thing you can experience even in Bank Nifty also. Let me go to Bank Nifty. See, today morning started from here. Bank Nifty. And they didn't reach up to 15 minutes high liquidity supply zone. We were planning a trade in this area. But prices didn't go up to here. They came down, but while coming down, they created a 5 minutes zone. Because it is bearish trade setup, next time again prices moved into this 5 minute zone, you would have taken a trade, and from here to here, see the move. This is what is the value? 40,050, somewhere around 50. And here you would have got an entry at 49,330. 49,050 to 49,000. That means almost 270 points move, maybe it might have given you. From our 270 points move, it would have given you. From the same zone, again it picked up the orders here, came very close to the zone. When? At 12:55. Again it gave you another 300 points move from here. Till the closing hours, I am telling you, approximately 300, another 300 points. This is 49,050. Sorry, I made a mistake. Earlier this is not 50. 49,095. So say 100. 49,100, entry is 49,334. So it might have given you 330 points, 233 points move it has given. Now it has given 270 points move from here to till the closing. Approximately, maybe you would have exited little before itself. You won't wait till the last hour. But the opportunities it has given, I am telling you. Why it worked very well? Maybe go to the 15 minutes time frame, you will see a 15-minute zone. Let us check anything. Any zone is there, 15-minute zone here. So here there is no 15-minute zone initially, but later they created a new 15-minute zone. This is the 15-minute zone. Who is the responsible for the creation of this 15-minute zone? This 5-minute zone is the responsible for the creation of this 15-minute zone, drop base drop. That's why this 5-minute zone is very powerful, strong. There is a strong order flow. That's why definitely you can take the second trade. Because sometimes people will see, this zone is already tested, can we take? Yes, we can take. The reason is, this is having a zone confluence, and this zone confluence is in such a way, this entire zone is responsible for the creation of higher time frame zones. Previously I told you, this kind of concept, lower time frame zone, creating higher time frame zones, they are working like a high liquidity zones. I am not saying they are high liquidity zones. They are working like a high liquidity zones. That means there also, the lot of order flow is there. That's why we can take second test, even third test also we can take in this zone. But they also will be violated at some time. They will be having expiry period. But we never know. But whenever opportunities are there, until it is violated, we can take opportunities. Only last time when it is going to violate, that time our stop loss will hit. That is minimal amount we will be losing. But till that time, we get lot of trade opportunities we would have captured. Already we would have made so much of money from this zone. And at the time it is stopped out, from that money we will be losing a small portion, very small, negligible portion. Because always we take our risk is minimal. See, all these concepts are happening because of the concepts, powerful concepts you learned earlier. What is the powerful concept you learned earlier? Lower time frame zone creates higher time frame. This is only going to be our next training lesson 22. I already announced lesson 22 we discuss about this strategy. The 5-minute zone that created a 15-minute zone. A daily zone that created a weekly zone. Or a weekly zone that created a monthly zone. Such kind of zones, a lot of order flows will be there. Such kind of zones, we get very good trade opportunities. Sometimes they will also fail, you have to accept. But they are rare situations. Compared to the failure, success will be more. See, high liquidity zones are giving 80% success rate. Same way, this lower time frame zone creating higher time frame zone may give you 75% or 70% success. Still it is a very good success rate, right? So that means from both Nifty and Bank Nifty, they gave you 2 trade opportunities. And how we know today short trades are going to work in the intraday? Because I already told you in the previous analysis videos, Nifty analysis video, that I published yesterday at 10:30 or 11 o'clock. And Bank Nifty video I published today morning at 5:30. Both the videos I clearly told you, now the trend, 15 minutes trend is changed to downtrend. And also I made the statement, trend is our friend until the end when there is a bend. So because now the trend is changed to the downtrend, go for short opportunities during the intraday trades. That is what I told you. See, today intraday trades we got, short trades only we got. Maybe they didn't reach up to high liquidity zone, but before itself they created a new zones. And these dynamically created zones. So dynamically means during live market the zones are created. And same zones we are getting opportunity, trade opportunity. Those trade opportunities resulted as giving good profits. Apart from that, today morning Q&A 13 session. The video I released today morning at around 8 o'clock or something. In that video, I talked about the Zone Confluence Strategy. I gave you an overview, but we will have a detailed session on that in the coming weeks. That is lower time frame having confluence with intermediate time frame. Or lower time frame is having confluence with both intermediate time frame as well as higher time frame. Some people use a strategy by mixing all the three. Some people do only this ITF and LTF mix. All these things in detail we'll discuss in the training session, but I already gave you an overview. So that strategy worked in Nifty and Bank Nifty both. And Bank Nifty is a little advanced. That is, that confluence is at the distal line. This is a newly developed strategy in the recent time. That is even much powerful. See, these two opportunities, how we, I don't know. I should not use the word you missed it. Maybe some of you would have definitely utilized these opportunities. If anybody missed, why you missed, you have to realize on that point. If you don't learn, okay. But you already learned these points. And moreover, I told in the yesterday's video, what I told you in tomorrow's market. Tomorrow's means today's market, live market. Today's live market, short trades will be enabled. That is what I told. See, the short trades are worked very well. Until the trend is changes to uptrend, short trades will be enabled. Sideways, both short and long trades will be enabled. But where to take trade in sideways market is a challenging. That is what you should learn. That you will be learning in the upcoming days, in the upcoming weeks. Okay, this is about Nifty and Bank Nifty. And the next one is high liquidity zones. We have 3 high liquidity zones identified. 2 are triggered. And one reached the target, but we didn't take the trade. That is Coal India. And other one, Siemens, I think one trade is stopped out. How much stopped out, I didn't calculate because I didn't have time, but now we will do. Now in this analysis video, we will do that. And Coal India gave a trade, but why we didn't take? What is the reason that you have to? Actually, it reached the target, but we didn't take the trade. See, Coal India is a drop-based rally. I have seen one of you, I didn't remember who, but one of you already announced this is a pierced zone. No, it is not a pierced zone. Where it is pierced, drop-based rally. If you draw a zone like this, maybe it is a pierced. That means you made a mistake. In drop-based rally, how you have to draw the zone? Out of this leg-in, base, leg out, whichever the candle is having a low, that candle you have to use the distal line. Among this drop, leg-in candle, base candle and a rally candle, which wick is having a low? Leg-in candle is having a low wick. See, now it displayed. It is not pierced. Prices went close to the distal line, but some gap is there. Trust your software. I always tell you people, trust the software. Software won't make mistakes. If at all we make mistakes, we human are making mistakes. Don't blame the software. If you are blaming the software, it is as good as you are blaming my skill. That much time I spend on this software. You people should understand this is not a normal software. This is the advanced software. I can proudly tell you that this particular point. I know how much effort I spend. You know, today what is the cost of this software? The value. The value is increasing for our software. 1 year back, I have done the software cost evaluation analysis. And that cost I told you in the Q&A-1 video. But today the value is changed. The value is increased. Today the cost of our software is 35 crore Indian rupees. If anybody is buying 35 crores Indian rupees plus GST they will be paying. And then they will buy. And also I announced previously also once. I didn't remember which video or in the comment section, I don't know. And this cost also again will be moving. I am sure it will be going up to 50 crore Indian rupees or even more it will be going. The reason, the success rate the software is giving. We have seen success from DIT trades. We have seen success from WIT trades. We have seen success from MIT trades. In all the three trades we have seen. And HLQ trade, it is having extraordinary success. Only this month we didn't get a good number of trades. The reason is because of the elections. Institutions are not really pushing the market. This anyway we predicted. Previously also announced. This is the testing period. Elections is the testing period for our HLQ zone trades. Even in this month we got good success. But number of trades are less this month. Because of the volatility movements in between high liquidity zones. Prices are not really entering into the high liquidity. In between, some days prices are going up, some days prices are going down. That kind of volatility changes we are seeing. That's why high prices are not entering into the high liquidity zones at all. But new zones, in this process, new high liquidity zones will be created in the coming days. Because currently sideways trade setup related price action is happening in the overall market. At the time we get trade opportunities, new trade opportunities we will get both at the long trades as well as short trades. But it will take some time. See here, it is a drop based rally. This is a valid zone. This zone is not pierced. And today it is violated. That is a different story. But yesterday when the report is published, this is a perfect zone. Okay, now 15 minutes we need to fine tune. Are there any 15-minute zones? There are no 15 minutes fine tuned zones. You have a 15-minute zone here, but that is already violated. So there is no valid. But still I have drawn this 5-minute zone. Why? Because it is an aggressive trade setup. This is a drop, 3 base candles and a rally candle. This is an aggressive trade setup based on that. But this is already tested, slightly tested. Still why I am considering for, because the rejections are very strong. Since next time prices did not enter into this zone. Maybe definitely we can plan for another trade. See today what happened? Prices entered into this zone, moved up, gave one more entry, again moved up. Now reached the target. But we didn't take the trade. Why we didn't take the trade? The reason is RR is not good. It is giving you only 1:8 RR. 1:8 RR. At least if you are an experienced person, 1:2.5 you will accept. But this is even below 1:2 also. There are some traders, they trade on 1:2. I have seen. But we don't follow. They are seen. Even they also don't accept. Because it is slightly below 1:2 RR. Okay, luckily it reached the target. Now after seeing the target, maybe we would have got at least 1:8 RR we would have reached. That kind of feelings we will get. But that we can't bother about those feelings. Rule is a rule. Because RR is not there, we haven't. Already it gave 2 trades, third time. Obviously there are higher chances this zone will be violated. Maybe sometimes work third time also, if it is a high liquidity zone. But not considering high liquidity, the reason is generally in high liquidity, you know what happens? When the prices comes, new zones will be created from here. I haven't seen any such kind of price action. Proper price action for new zone creation. Only the strong order flow in this area near the distal line, near the proximal line, pushing. Once it has become weakened, now finally supply is also increased. See what institutions has done, drop based drop, they created again drop based drop. Okay, they are not valid, they are not a valid strong leg out candles, but they were creating. Maybe you may see in 1 minute time frame zones, you will see some zones here. So that way they increased the supply and finally they violated this zone. But anyway, we didn't take a trade because RR is not good. See when prices here, why you can't take here also the trade is, now RR is further reduced, see here, now RR is changed to here, a new supply is created. Now even RR is much lower. Anyway, earlier also you can't take, but now this is even close, even not even 1:1 RR now. So this is the reason why we didn't take a trade in Coal India. Next one is Siemens. Siemens also entered into the zone, but it is stopped out. So that means today we got a loss from this zone. This is the one I have drawn and I didn't look into that today. Just before opening I saw, but I didn't have time to calculate. Now we do calculate and we will put in the Excel sheet because it is very important to register. Actually, how I fine tune that you need to understand. The Siemens is a 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone. This is a rally candle, 4 base candles and again a rally candle. This is how you will be drawing the Siemens. Because this is RBR, you have to see lowest of base candles and lowest of leg out. You should not consider legging in rally base rally. Drop based rally, you have to consider lowest of leg in, base and drop. But this is rally base rally. That's why only lowest of base candles, lowest of leg out candle. So this is the lowest of the leg out candle and this is the high of the base. So we have drawn this zone. So within this zone, 15-minute zone we need to identify. I have identified 2 15-minute zones. This is the first one. We have a drop, 2 base candles, a rally candle and then a follow through candle. And we have one more 15-minute zone. We have a drop, 2 base candles and a rally candle. If you want to consider this as a failed ERC, still you can consider this is a leg-in candle. This is the base rally. Anyway, the distance is very minor. That doesn't make much difference. This is a rally candle with gap. Because it is a rally candle with pro gap, definitely we feel this is a strong zone. So we can't miss this trade. But this 15-minute zone again fine-tuned with 5 minutes time frame. In this 5 minutes time frame, we have a drop, 2 base candles and a rally candle with a pro gap. So all the things are positive for us. So definitely we can plan a trade, but today unfortunately prices are passed very easily. We don't know the reason because see this comes under 20% scenario, failure scenario. When a high liquidity zone will be violated, we don't know those reasons. The order flow is very strong and we have a pro gap. All these conditions are very favorable. Earlier prices came near to the zone and again moved up. That means there could be a strong order flow. All this. We have seen many successful trades like this earlier. And today is an exemption to that. Anyway, zone is violated. We have to accept. There was some resistance from the. Here there is an order flow. See here. There was a base candle created inside. Now what institutions has done? Instead of increasing the demand, the other part of the institutions, they increased the supply and they violated this zone. Probably there is a strong order flow at the distal line of this zone. Maybe institutions by adding a heavy supply, they would have violated this zone. Maybe that could be the reason why it is violated. After that, the prices were moved here and they did not reach the second zone. But one point you have to observe, during the live market, dynamic zone is created at the 15 minutes time frame. See here, you have a drop, 3 base candles, rally is created like this. This is a new 15 minutes demand zone is created. Drop base rally is a demand zone, new 15 minutes demand zone. And after that, what happened? A 5 minutes demand zone is created. From here as well as from here it created. But definitely you have to take an entry here. That's why you need to adjust this zone up to the zone, maybe somewhere here. You should draw the zone near to this 15-minute zone. And here again you have a rally base candles and one more zone is created like this. So you have, and this 5-minute zone has given, but it is not good push. Why? Because this is the last hour of the trading session. Today at almost 3 o'clock, close to 3 o'clock, price has entered into this zone. So at the time you can't see a huge order flows, and there is no nearest 5-minute zones also available here. Definitely planning a trade is risky. But anyway, this zone is already tested. In future you can't plan a trade in these zones. This is still valid. So this is about Siemens. But Siemens, how much money we lost? Because here we have the trade is stopped out. Let us calculate, because I had to put this data into the Excel sheet. I didn't have time today because of answering your questions. So when it is, what is the high of this zone? The high of this zone is closing of this candle, 7,150. 7,150 minus low of this candle. Generally you will add stop buffer also, but I am approximately calculating up to digital line. The minimum loss only I am calculating. Definitely there is no doubt you will get a little additional loss because you use stop buffers. That is 3% of ATR you will use. But in reality that will be the actual loss. But I am using only the minimal loss for the calculations point of view. So the low 7134, 10 paisa. So 15.9%, 15.9 rupees loss you would have got in Siemens. But in Siemens, what is the margin? Let us use Zerodha's margin calculator. So Siemens 30 May is expiry period. You have 150 stocks, and what is the cost? Margin cost 1,94,395 rupees. There could be some difference will be there at the time of taking, but let us see where the price is closed. Today I think price is closed near to this stopped out area only. So near this only he closed, but same, more or less same, maybe a little. This is below. More or less same cost will be there. Maybe 1,90,000 for 400 rupees or 450 rupees will be there. So approximate value we are calculating into 150. This is going to be your loss. 2385 is your loss. So let me open this our Excel sheet. So this is Siemens. Because Excel sheet we are keeping only HLQ trades, not our bullish bearish trade setup. I am not adding, because bullish bearish trade setup is already a proven trade setup. HLQ zone is a new setup we introduced. That's why we are doing all these calculations to find this track record. So 312, and the loss we got, I'm sorry, 2385. ₹2,385, and it is a long trade. And today's day, this was identified in our yesterday's report. It is identified. So 27th we identified, and today 28th it is stopped out today. And what is the ROI, average negative ROI? Let us see. Let us calculate approximate value. We are calculating. maybe it is a little more, maybe 1,94,000, approximately 450 I am giving. Into 100 divided by 1,94,450 approximately, not exact value. So 1.2%, 1.2% we got, minus 1.2. And this is a 75 minutes HLQ demand zone. So let me change the colors. So recently we are not getting any proper trades in high liquidity zones during this election season. And the last two trades what we got, they both are stopped out. I know something mess up will happen in during our election season because of the volatility conditions. But anyway, till May month, so far we got a good results, positive results only. This is May month. This is the first trade. Till today, so far, how many trades we got? Only 24 trades we got. And out of 24, 4 are stopped out. That means that we are above 80% success still. But number of trades are reduced this month. I know until election results comes, we may not be getting good trades in HLQ. So this is about Siemens, and there is one more stock is there. But I also want to show you one thing. ABCAPITAL today morning in HLQ, today morning in Q&A session we discussed ABCAPITAL, ABCAPITAL, Aditya Birla Capital. But let us see what happened in the live session today. Before starting the market hours, we discussed the stock. If anybody would have observed, you would have got one more trade in that. Another 40,000 intraday profit it has given. Actually 80,000 intraday profit. Why I will tell you. After completing this, I will look into the ABCAPITAL, Aditya Birla Capital. Now PVR is a 75 minutes high liquidity zone. Let me open in the 75 minutes time frame. Drop base rally. This is a very interesting stock. I expected some of your people's response why it is interesting stock, but I don't know, none of you noticed it. We can't take a trade in this zone. Do you know why we can't take a trade? Because it is having a Saturday special trading session candles. The leg in on Saturday. The two base candles on Saturday. Only leg out is on the next trading session. So these three candles are mainly because of retail traders' participation. So we can't trust on this zone. That's why I didn't find you in this zone at all. So this is the reason why PVR INOX is not a valid high liquidity zone. Because it is a special trading day session. So basically it is a retail traders zone. But institutions created a new 15-minute zone today. But still we don't consider, because this high liquidity zone is not a valid high liquidity. Maybe this zone, all these zones could be because of some other trade setup related zones. Not high liquidity, you should not consider. So this is not a valid high liquidity, PVR INOX. Actually, I expected these answers from you in the HLQ video comment section, but I haven't seen anybody mentioned about this comment. That's why sometimes you should be very careful. Observe the candles. That's why I told you people earlier, why I hate these special trading sessions is because of these reasons. Sometimes even I also make mistake. I should also admit. Most of the times I wanted to be alert, but sometimes we don't know. Because of busy timings or because of lack of time or any reason, sometimes we may ignore. Okay, but so many people are following now high liquidity zones. That's why at least one person I expected the response from you people. None of you mentioned this is a retail trader zone. So why you did not identify, anybody did not identify this retail trader zone? That is the answer I want. Okay, now let's look into today morning in Q&A 13 video. Q&A 13 video we discussed about ABCAPITAL. And from where we got this stock? We got this stock from the weekly report. Weekly report where price closed inside the supply zone. I repeat, where price closed inside weekly supply zone. When I released this report, I released this report on Saturday or Sunday, the last Saturday or Sunday. Today is Tuesday, right? And yesterday, it already gave you a trade. Yesterday. It gave you around 40,000 rupees trade it has given. It gave you a trade close to 40,000 rupees. But today you see, it gave you a long trade today again. See here, price is entered in the morning 9:30 candle. This is the 15 minutes candle. Let me shift to 5 minutes time frame to bring even more clarity. Why we need to take this trade? Because it is a sideways trade setup. Anyway, we didn't discuss so far sideways trade setup. If you would have learned that sideways trade setup, definitely you would have taken at morning 9:35 candle, 5 minutes candle. Definitely you would have taken a long trade here and you would have exited here. And this value more than 40,000 rupees. The RO, the return on the the profit, not the return. As per one futures lot, this could be more than 40,000 profit. And then you would have taken another short trade here. Why another short trade? Because in sideways trade setup at extreme ends, you will take the trades. This is the extreme end. This is the other side extreme end. In both these extreme ends only you would take. You won't take trades in the middle. And you would have taken a short trade and another 40,000 rupees you would have got here. So today you would have gained 80,000 rupees from this. And when I explained you today morning, before market starts, we talked about this particular stock. When someone asked why stocks inside the weekly zones are helpful to us, someone asked this question today. Yesterday they asked. So today morning I recorded the video, the Q&A video. And by the time I published, it took almost morning 8 o'clock, close to 8 o'clock. So if anybody would have listened this video before the market starts, today you would have gained 80,000 rupees. Because currently the trend in Aditya Birla is at sideways trend. That is daily time frame, because daily is the IT of 75 minutes is the LT of. We have two extreme ends, that is the 75 minute zone. This is the another extreme end, the 75 minute zone. But inside 75, this is the fine tuned area. From the fine tuned area, they picked up the order. That's why today also from there it picked up the orders. Until the sideways trend is changed to either uptrend or downtrend, the prices will be moving between these extreme levels. Sideways trade setup at extreme ends only you need to plan the trades. In between you have to ignore. See, many times in between, lot of time it will move. You should not plan any trade here. That is quite dangerous. Only extreme ends only you need to. The extreme ends you will identify based on your ITF trend. your LTF zones will act as extreme ends, your LTF zones. Because LTF time frame, the trend is ITF. That's why LTF extreme zones you will be using. So this is a 75 minutes demand zone and this is a 75 minutes supply zone. And in between twice it moved and gave two entries. From here one entry and from here another entry. You may ask a question, can I take a trade here? This is almost closing hours of the market. At near almost close to the 12:30. You won't be having enough time again to push up to here. Intraday point of view I am telling. If you want to take DIT trades, definitely you can plan a trade either here or at the closing hour also it came. Maybe tomorrow it may go a little down and again it may move up. Anything will happen. Or maybe tomorrow trend shift may take place. Who knows? Trend shift that day, zone will be violated. We never know when a trend shift will take place. Until the trend shift takes place, we will keep on planning our trades. That's it. On the day when trend shift took place, our trade will be stopped out. But till that time, we will enjoy the profits. That point you should not forget. That's why Q&A-13 video is a very important video, but I am not sure how many of you. See, the thing is luck. People talk about luck, right? Exactly, this is only. I gave you the luck, but I don't know how many of you took that luck. What is the meaning of I gave you luck? Morning 8 o'clock I published Q&A video. If anybody would have watched this video, you would have taken a trade either here or both the trades you would have taken. Sorry, in this candle. This is the candle, today's candle. This is yesterday's candle. Okay. So this is about today's high liquidity zone analysis, but we learned so many things in today's HLQ analysis video. Hope this information will be useful to you. Let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.